him. Hold the trail back. Get back! Get back down!
When you have police, fire, and EMS all on scene together, who's in charge? Really quick, I wanted to let you know that Donnie and his team over at Firefighter Furnace have just relaunched the FD Ignite program. That's the program designed for people just like you, looking to build lean muscle as well as increasing your endurance. Check out the link below. Try Firefighter Furnace. Use offer code FIREFIGHTERNOW20. That's FIREFIGHTERNOW20 to get 20% off for life.
Did they get any witnesses or anything?
No. One of them said that Trey Underwood was in with the argument, but they didn't. There was a guy that was with Trey that was actually the one that hit him, a black man.
No one seen Trey do it?
No. They were arguing earlier, but nothing happened at that time.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see what he needs from me.
Oh, I see her here. Yeah, she's up by the post office right now going north.
So this looks like your standard post-bar fight scene. Apparently, the guy on the ground got into some sort of altercation with somebody else. Maybe he was punched in the head, hit with an object. I'm not really sure. He fell, and it sounds like he has a head injury. All of the bystanders you see here know this guy somehow. Called 911. Whenever you show up on a scene like this, you're usually going to have what you see going on here, which is a whole bunch of people, varying levels of intoxication. Some are absolutely hammered and some are completely sober, but everybody's kind of barking their own story at you. Well, I saw this and I saw that and I'm his girlfriend. Well, I'm his ex-girlfriend. There's always a story and everybody's got one. The one thing you need to be careful though of on these scenes is you see these two guys that just kind of came out of nowhere. And if you need to rewind the video just a little bit, you see the guy right here in the green shirt and the kind of bro looking guy in the back with the gray hat on that's on backwards. They came out of nowhere. You always want to pay attention whenever you're on scene as an EMT or a firefighter or anybody in public safety. Whenever people just start showing up on scene out of nowhere like this, especially you see the EMT there on the ground with those white shirt, he is totally unaware that those two guys just showed up. So always be aware of that and always pay attention to that. All right, so now the patient is beginning to wake up, and as he wakes up, he gets a little belligerent, starts to fight, starts to wrestle around a little bit with the EMTs and the firefighters. There's several reasons for this. One, he could be drunk. Chances are he probably is, and if I was there, that would probably be my assumption as well, being that he just came from a bar fight. I think some of the people on scene said he was drinking, and he fell and hit his head. There's other reasons for this. He could be acting like this. People sometimes do this when they have some sort of severe head injury, possibly diabetic. There's a variety of different reasons as to why people after head trauma can get upset and start to fight with you. But in this case, he's probably drunk. The other thing I wanted you to notice is you notice as soon as the patient on the ground started to get a little amped up, start to fight a little bit, the whole crowd changed. Up until now, they were relatively calm, but as soon as that patient starts getting worked up, they start getting worked up. They start coming around the cop. You can see there, it's kind of hard to see in where it's held right now, but you see that guy with the gray hat, he's on the other side of the cop, as well as the guy with the green shirt that kind of came out of nowhere. They're still kind of hanging around this scene. Now, they're not doing anything wrong or necessarily anything bad, but again, whenever you're on scene, especially with a bunch of intoxicated people, you want to pay attention to what's going on around you the best that you can.
Give me a handful of those. Get these people back from us.
Listen, Betty, back up.
Hey. Get back.
okay?
Everybody stand up.
Just everybody get back. Get back over on the sidewalk now. We got him. Hold the trail back. Put him down. Get back. Get back down.
Say what you want about cops, but I appreciate when you have a cop on scene with you who will do as you ask them to do, meaning, hey, it's getting to be a little bit too much. People are starting to get a little too rowdy. Can you get them back? You saw the first cop whose body cam we're watching, just kind of, hey, back up, back up. This guy is pissed at this point. Now, whether he should have pulled his taser or anything like that, I don't know. I'm not a cop. I don't know police tactics or when they're supposed to do things and when they're not. But I appreciate a cop who doesn't put up with any garbage and really helps out the EMS and the firefighters on scene.
You're going to go to jail.
Everybody back.
His skull busted open. He's freaking out.
You okay, man? I know. Let it happen.
He's out with her at 7K.
They're looking out for us. They're good.
So for the rest of the video, you see EMS get this guy restrained and get him out of there. But the million-dollar question is, who was right, the police officer or the EMT? Well, in my opinion, I think they were both right. This is a difficult situation. Generally speaking, when you're on a medical call, EMS will be in charge. Whatever they say goes, however we handle the patient, when we leave, how we do it. And when you're on a police scene or something becomes unsafe, generally the police will be in charge, meaning their job is to maintain scene safety for everybody there. In this instance, it's a little bit of both. Now, you heard the medic, when he pulled the police officer back, say, "Don't tase him, he split his head open." Now, I referenced this earlier. Is he acting this way because he's drunk, or is he acting this way because he has a head injury? And my guess would be that he's acting this way because he's drunk. This is also difficult for the cop because, unbeknownst to that EMT in the white shirt, his partner had said to the police officer, had asked him to tase him. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to the news story that has the original story and the updated story, where it has the quote from this guy's partner. And apparently the guy in the white shirt didn't hear what he had asked because his partner had been getting bitten, spit on, kneed, and just generally hurt by this guy. Now, was it handled inappropriately? Should the cop have gone as far as he did? Probably not. Honestly, it seems like it was just a big misunderstanding and maybe a little bit of an ego battle. But generally speaking, it's a good idea for police, fire, and EMS to have a good working relationship on scene. And if you want to see a perfect example of the three of those working together to keep each other safe, check out the video right here.